Well, that's good to know. I will check that out.
Yeah, because I saved it.
Thanks. Yeah, I have a ton on there.
My daughter wanted, I don't know, but she said, what's the sense of you going and I'll be your friend.
Aww.
And she works with
Hey, Kelly, did you do that music for me the one time? No? I did not. Do you mind? My sister's not here yet.
Yeah, you grow up with my
I never bring my phone in. Charging.
That is so true. Yes.
I mean, it's like all of a sudden, I just
Yes.
like noticed for a while they were all very dull.
Yeah, I was worried because we had such a wonky that we weren't going to have pretty leaves. But
That's why I like when they have.
yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Nice. Good job. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We might get music sometime through if my sister makes.
All right, just come.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody just hum. Oh gosh, Kelly, we could do the mantra. No, I know. Okay. I would be afraid I would mess it up, honestly. I wouldn't want to do that. Be disrespectful. So, all right. We'll start by listening to the sound of our breaths and just trying to quiet our minds, trying to bring our focus and our presence to this moment. Let's go ahead and bow our chin to our chest, raise our hands to our heart center, and we'll just set an intention for our practice. Think about what you hope to get out of your time here on the mat. All right, let's lift the head. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, lift those hands up. Exhale, slow with control, lower our hands down. And inhale up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, open up slowly. With our hands just down, we're going to make some circles with our rib cage. Try to make your circles bigger and bigger as you feel better in the hips and the back. And let's go in the opposite direction. We'll sit up tall. Inhale, open the chest. Try to look up a little bit. This is our seated cow. And exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, and pull that belly button into the spine for our cat. Inhale, return to the cow. And just go ahead at your own pace, back and forth between the two. And meet in a neutral spine once again. Inhale, both hands up. Left hand will grab the right wrist and gently pull to the side. Try to keep your shoulders stacked and both sits bones stay nice and anchored. Inhale through center and we'll switch hands. Exhale as we gently pull our bodies over to the right. Inhale up, exhale, open our arms wide and interlace the fingers behind. We're gonna try to straighten those arms if that feels good. Really try to squeeze the shoulder blades. If that's a little too much on the elbows or wrists so far today, you can put your hands on your hips and just squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale, go ahead and release. Left hand will reach up and over, side stretch. Relax that right elbow. We'll come through center and repeat to the other side. Up to center. Walk the hands forward. And with your exhale, just melt towards the earth, relaxing the elbows. Let the neck be heavy. The neck loose so that the head can be heavy. Finding our ragdoll feeling. And as we inhale, sit back up to a straight spine, switching which foot you have in front. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, draw the hands back behind the head. Inhale, open the elbows wide, look up. Exhale, as we tuck in, we're gonna try to bring the elbows together in front of our face. Inhale up. Exhale. Do 2 more. And sit up nice and tall. Make sure you're not arching your back as we're in this position. Sometimes it's easy to do that as we lift our hands. As we exhale, we're gonna lean towards the right. Keep the elbows open wide. Through center, and we'll go to the left. Return to center. And we're gonna see if we can keep our hands behind our head as we use that core to bend forward. Exhale as you relax. And draw back up to our straight back. Fingertips will slide out to the elbows. How about shoulders? You guys are contortionists, right? And we'll twist side to side. That's another thing I say all the time. we'll slow down the rotation, coming back to center. Release the hands down. Extend that left leg out. Sit up nice and tall. Left hand comes up. And we're going to first stretch away from the legs. Try not to let those sits bones pull up. Coming through center. We're going to now bring that left hand to the outside of our bent knee and do a gentle spinal twist towards the right. With every exhale, always try to just think about relaxing. Notice if you're tensing up somewhere and try to let go. As we release, we're going to open up so that the shoulders are now facing the straightened leg. Just gently fold forward. And back up to a seated position. Extend our right leg out, finding the straddle. You can point and flex the toes here. Maybe roll out your ankles a little bit. All right, left hand is going to reach up and over for a side stretch. Keep that right hand in front of the right leg. Watch those sits bones again. And as we're stretching, think about stretching out instead of just stretching down. So try to keep that energy going out. Up through center. And we'll go to the other side. Up to center. Walk the hands in front. And with your exhale, relax into a forward fold. Walk the hands back so we sit up nice and tall, and we'll draw the left leg in. Right hand comes up, and we'll stretch away from that straightened leg. Sitting up, we'll go directly into the spinal twist to the left. Rotate the shoulders to face that straightened leg and fold forward. Back up to a seated position. Draw that right leg in. Come with the soles of your feet together. Just gently bounce for a moment. In our cobbler pose, back is nice and tall and straight here. And we'll draw the knees together. Extend the legs out in front for our staff pose. With your exhale, just relax into a forward fold. Draw that left leg in with you. Give it a little hug. Your choice to leave it square or cross over your midline here and do a seated spinal twist to the left. Make sure your back is nice and tall. We're not shifting back on the tailbone here. And as we release the bind, we'll draw the straightened leg, that heel towards our hip. We're going to do an open cow face with the arms. So open our arms wide. Left arm will reach up and right comes down. Try to reach up your back and see if those fingertips can touch. Lift the chest up. Release the arms, release the legs, and make your way back to your staff position, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Sitting up, draw that right leg in. Your choice to keep it square or cross the midline, and spinal twist to the right. Draw that left foot in so your heel is towards your sit bone. Try to make sure the hips stay square here. Extend the arms out. Is this the same side? This is different, right? Am I doing this arm up?
No, we gotta go this way.
We gotta go this way?
Goes up.
Told you, I have to do it at least once each class. Just keep our minds straight. All right, open cow face with the other arm. Exhale as you release, untwist those legs, and we can swing them underneath us, coming to our tabletop position on all fours. Our wrist should be in line with the shoulders, our knees in line with the hips. And we'll do some cat-cow breathing once more here. As you inhale, drop the belly open, the chest, look forward into your cow. And then exhale, arch everything up into our cat. Alternate between the two poses, just following your breath. Go at your own speed. Go ahead and finish one more set, and we'll meet in a neutral spine. Moving on to a balancing table. Extend that right leg out, lift it up. The left hand is going to come forward with the thumb up. This is our inhale. As we exhale, draw everything back to a tabletop. Inhale, extend left foot, right hand, and exhale, draw them together. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 3, 4, and 5. Let the toes touch. We'll walk the knees as wide as our mat. Our hips will sink back to the heels. Stretch the hands forward as we come into a child's pose. With your exhale, you're going to draw the belly up as we roll all the way through tabletop, lowering our belly down to the mat. In your chair, press both palms into your thighs. As we open up the chest, we're gonna lift up to a cobra. Keep the elbows in and the shoulders down. Exhale, release to your mat. We're gonna push through our tabletop and come into a downward facing dog. So press one heel in at a time. Try to get everything stretched out, feeling good here. As you're in downward facing dog, imagine that upside down V. You want to be pressing into all of your fingers here, especially in between the thumb and the forefinger. Shoulders are actively pushing away from the earth. Tilt that pelvis forward and press the heels into the mat. Soften the knees. Walk the feet up to the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Let's hang out here just for a moment. We're gonna rest our chest onto our thighs, finding that ragdoll once again. If you wanna keep your hands down for your stability, do that. Or if you wanna try to grab opposite elbows. Exhale as we roll all the way up. Coming to a standing position, we're gonna find our mountain pose. Try to make sure that tailbone stays tucked under. All four corners of the foot have equal weight on them. Tighten those thigh muscles so they're lifting up off of the knee. Pull in the tummy. And our shoulders are pressed down and back. We'll inhale, hands up. Act like you're holding a big beach ball over your head. As you exhale, lean towards the right. Come up through center and lean towards the left. Up to center. Exhale, nice and wide. Interlace those fingers again behind us or put your hands on your hips. And if you can, extend the hands away. And exhale into a forward fold. You can let the hands fall over the head. With control, release the hands down to your mat. And we'll step back down to our downward facing dog. Try to get those ears lined up with the arms. Shift your weight to that left foot, right foot raises, three-legged dog. Draw your knee to the chest, and we'll swing that foot all the way through between the hands. We're gonna come to a low lunge first. Make sure your knee is in line with that ankle. And then we're light on our fingertips. We can look forward and we'll drop our back knee. Go ahead and press into that right thigh as you lift up, keeping that left hip flexor open. Lift the hands if you feel strong. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. We're gonna shift our weight right back to our half split so our weight goes on that left leg. Straighten out the front, pull the toes up off of the mat, and as you exhale, relax the nose towards the knee. Shift our weight back to the front. Left hand plants. We're gonna reach up to the sky with that right hand, finding a good spinal twist. Bring that right hand down. Lift our back knee, and we'll bring the right foot back to meet the left, returning to our downward facing dog. Shift your weight to the right foot, left foot raises, three-legged dog. Draw your knee to the chest, swing through, finding low lunge on this side. Look forward. Release your right knee to the mat. You can press up on the thigh, finding your balance, making sure that hip flexor is open. And when you feel solid, lift those hands up, coming into our crescent lunge. Exhale, release the hand down. Shift that weight directly back down to the right leg. Straightening the left, pull the toes up off of the mat. Exhale as you relax the nose towards the knee. Shifting your weight back to the front. Right hand stays planted. Left hand reaches up to the sky, finding a good spinal twist. Left hand returns to the mat. Let's lift that right knee. Left foot comes back to meet the right. Downward facing dog. We're going to do your version of the vinyasa flow. We've been working on this for some time here. So as we exhale, everybody go ahead and find that push-up position, that plank position. If you could just hold it a second, that's awesome. And you can lower your knees if you want. As we exhale, lower to our mat. Inhale, halfway up to our cobra. Exhale, back down to your mat. And press your way up to downward facing dog. Bend both knees deeply and look to the top of your mat. Make your way there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. And we'll bring our hands all the way down alongside us. Palms facing forward, returning to mountain pose. Does it feel like it's really slow because there's no music? Are you guys doing okay? Hopefully you're doing okay. So inhale, both hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to our downward facing dog.
How about we can do it?
Yeah, it's gotta be halfway, right? Shift our weight to the left foot, right foot raises, three-legged dog. Draw that knee into the chest as we swing through. We're gonna come to a high lunge. So again, make sure our feet are solid. You can come up onto the thigh at first, and then lift the hands up once you feel steady. High lunge. Pivot the back foot so we can open up, coming to our warrior two. Arms are level, our weight is down the center, and we look out over that right hand. We'll flip the right hand up, reach up to the sky, finding our reverse warrior. Come through warrior two. Go ahead and bend that right forearm to rest on the right thigh. Up and over for extended side angle. Cartwheel both hands down to the mat, finding that low lunge. Left hand stays planted. Reach up with that right hand, spinal twist. Right hand comes down. Bring the right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. We're going to repeat that on the other side. Shift our weight to the right foot, left foot raises. Three-legged dog. Draw the knee to the chest. Swing through. And we'll lift up for our high lunge on this side. Pivot our back foot, open up to a warrior two. Flip the left hand up. We're going to reach up to the sky, finding a reverse warrior. Come through warrior two, coming to extended side angle, so the left forearm rests on the left thigh. Reach up and over. And cartwheel both hands down to a low lunge. Right hand stays planted, left hand reaches up for a spinal twist. Bring the left hand down, left foot comes back to meet the right, downward facing dog. Your version of the vinyasa flow as we exhale, lower to your plank. If you're gonna stay in plank, shift that weight forward before lowering with control down to your mat. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale back down to the mat. And we're gonna press all the way up to downward facing dog. Bend both knees deeply, look to the top of your mat. Make your way there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we'll come halfway up to that flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. And bring our hands all the way through heart center to come alongside, palms facing forward. Mountain pose. All right, we'll start the same way. We'll add another little thing on, and we're almost there. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to a downward facing dog. Shift our weight to the left foot, right foot raises, three-legged dog. Draw that knee to the chest. We'll swing through, finding our high lunge. Pivot the back foot to come to a warrior two. We'll flip that right hand up, reach up to the sky, reverse warrior. Come through warrior two, and we'll straighten that front leg. Let's go ahead and do these instead of a triangle. We always do triangle. We're gonna lower back down to our warrior two. Straight up. 3, 4, and 5. And we'll swell over. And bend that front arm. We'll reach up and over for extended side angle. If you want to lower that right hand down to your mat this time, you can, or stay up in the first level. Cartwheel both hands down to the mat. Left hand stays planted. Right hand reaches right up for that spinal twist. Right hand comes down. Right foot comes back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Shift our weight to the right foot. Left foot raises. Three-legged dog. This is it. You can do it. Draw your knee to the chest. We'll swing through for our high lunge. Rotate your back foot to open up to a warrior two. Flip that left hand up so we can reach up for our reverse warrior. And we'll come back to warrior two. Straighten the front hand, leg, and reach up. And open back up to our warrior two. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Good job. Bend that front elbow, reach up and over for extended side angle. Maybe reach down for the earth with that left hand. Cartwheel both hands down, and that left hand will reach right up to the sky, spinal twist. Left hand comes down. Bring that left foot back to meet the right. Downward facing dog. It's our last one. Make it a super good one. Your version of the vinyasa flow. As we exhale, we lower to the mat. Inhale, you're gonna lift up to cobra, or maybe you wanna try an up dog. Exhale, back down to your mat. We're gonna push directly up to a tabletop. Let the hips sink all the way back to the heels, come all the way back to a child's pose. We're gonna start cooling down here. Walk our hands back to the body. So we're sitting up just briefly. We won't stay here long, I promise. So if you need to come up, you can. Interlace the fingers and let's roll out those wrists. Press the palms away. Press the palms up. Our shoulders are down. Make sure we don't arch that back. Open up the arms. Come back out to our tabletop position. And like I said, we're cooling down now, so whatever stretches we want to do here. That right knee is going to come up to the right wrist. Scooch of that foot, the right foot up towards that left hand. And we'll sit back, finding our pigeon pose. As you exhale, relax into the pose, your version. You can do a king pigeon if you want, or relax down into a resting pigeon, or peaceful.
Dead pigeon. Dead.
A dead pigeon, you know. You did it though. Yay. All right, we'll walk those hands back, press up to your tabletop, and we'll go to the other side. So the left knee comes up to the left wrist, scooch that foot up, and relax back. And we'll press back up. Go ahead and swing that right leg all the way around. We'll return to our seated position here. Inhale both hands up. Draw that left hand across. Gently help it across. Stretch out that shoulder. Open wide. And right draws across the left. We're going to go ahead and shift our weight back to our hands. You're going to find that sweet spot on your tailbone where you can balance. You're going to see if you can get those feet up off of the mat. You want to try to get them at least parallel to the mat, maybe. Keep that back and extending. And if you want to draw both hands up, you can do that as well. Not the kind of boat I'd want to be on right now, but that's okay. It's a boat. All right, you can go ahead and lower the feet and roll all the way back onto your back. We can lift first the right foot and then the left foot and do our ankle circles here. Make sure you go in both directions. the back of your head. And with both hands, you're going to try to keep your elbows as wide as possible. Pretend like you have a piece of fruit underneath your chin. And we're going to crunch up. As you come up, see about pulling that tailbone up so that you have both coming up at the same time. And relax back. See if you can do 10 of these. Relax. Once you did your 10, you can draw both thighs up towards your chest and just give it a little rock side to side. Now we're going to keep our legs together, keep them glued together as we open up the arms. This is our anchor, so we have stability here. Trying to use the core as much as possible instead of our arms. We're going to let both legs at the same time fall over to the left side. Keep both shoulders anchored. And if it feels good, you can look over that right shoulder. Remember, as you breathe, to let go and relax. Start to notice if we're holding tension somewhere. Draw the head up to center first. And again, engage that core to pull the legs up through center. And we'll go all the way over to the right side. And maybe look over that left shoulder. Head comes up to center. Draw the legs. Go ahead and plant both feet down to your mat. You're going to walk them as close to your sits bones as you can get them, a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Draw both arms down alongside the body. And we'll begin by tilting that pelvis, so really squeeze that lower back into the mat, and then lift our hips up off of your mat for a supported bridge. Exhale, relax all the way down to your mat. And we're going to come into our corpse pose to participate in Shavasana. So if you want to grab anything that makes this more comfortable, now's the time to do that. And whenever you're ready, you can extend your legs out. Cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe in and out. With every single exhale we take from here on out, our only job is to surrender, just to let go and be still. Relax the toes. Relax the feet. With your breath, draw the relaxation first into the calves, followed by the thighs. As your hips begin to surrender, your legs will rotate outward slightly. And we can release the hands. Feel the arms growing heavier with every exhale as we relax the shoulders. Relax the neck. Press the tongue to the roof of your mouth as we release the jaw. And finally, relax the muscles of the face. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, and on your next inhale, roll to one side, cradling your head with your arm. In recent classes, we've talked about embracing the next change that's coming for us, acknowledging the fall season, and what that means for not only the earth, but also us. And so along those same lines, combining a few of the thoughts that we've talked about. Every year we watch those leaves turn those brilliant colors, and then they let go. And the tree goes into that hibernation so it can prepare for another season, but it knew to let go of the leaves that were no longer serving it. What can we surrender? What can we let go of as we come into this next chapter, this next beautiful part of our lives? And whenever you're ready, you can join me in a seated position. Press both palms together at our heart center. Let our chin sink to our chest. Remind yourself, I am present. I am strong. And you are truly appreciated and seen. And I thank you so much for coming and sharing your energy with everybody here. Namaste. You made it, Mary. Hey, you too. Hi, Sherry.
You can make a picture.